just go back and make doubly sure.
Okay, and with that, the pistol is about to begin. As you can see from our partners at LootBet, they think that this is a pretty close one between the two sides, which the odds pretty much, they do seem pretty legit. I would say Apex are slightly the better team, and they need to win. Well, actually, if they win this one, they probably will take it out in two. But the fact that Budapest 5 is starting off on the CT side definitely does give them a nice little advantage. Because we have seen Coolio on that B site just completely styling.
I have done the digging, donned my fedora, done the detective work, and of course it was 12 rounds picked up by Budapest 5 on the CT side. So if they can get off to a strong start here against the likes of Apex, could be brilliant for them, but they're just not hitting any shots at all. No one is hitting anything on that CT side. On the T side, well, they've got everyone chiming in. Dennis pushing forwards, and Benito will be the only one left. He's not even going to get a chance to use his utility. He really just wants to get the frag grenade in there, guys. That's all he wanted to do. He will get it out, but no frags going the way of Budapest 5 at all. A dominant start for Apex.
Yeah, but are we going to see the triple scout? Oh, there's two. Where's the triple? Corey, come on. We believe. Disappointed. Triple scout is the only way to go for Budapest 5. But they're going to go with the double. And actually, Torzi's not even on the scout. That is really surprising. But he is going to be saving up probably so that he can buy an op in the full buy round. There's going to be some decent utility thrown out, but they have one flash, one smoke on the side of Budapest 5. And slowly but surely Apex are heading towards the B site, where we only have Coolio with the Deagle in hand. It is the Kumicho Dragon, which is one of my favorite Deagle skins out there because it is nice and plain. Just throwing it out there very quickly, and they're gonna go for a quick push towards that B site. The flank is already right behind him. Corey gets a kill, gets a double, takes down Truth, and all of a sudden they're kind of in a bad position. Coolio just pushes through the smoke. 2 players left from Apex, and they have AKs in their hands. Will they be able to keep these AKs in their hands through it all? The bomb plant's gonna come through. And Dennis cleans up both. Oh my god, the scout shot Thief so close. Does eventually connect it onto the body of Gruss, but Dennis, the man you were talking about, he has to ace clutch this one to be able to win his team the round. He's playing oil. Bomb gets planted in Summit.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
This is pretty big. That smoke's actually worked perfectly for him. He's unsure, but he's just going to go for it. That's unlucky, to be honest. Really good timing, really good positioning from Dennis, but not able to get it done. I think there's just about enough time here. A couple seconds to spare, maybe. Might be awfully close, actually. Yeah, a hell of a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. But nonetheless, Budapest 5 get the full spy on the board.
Yeah, that's a nice round coming out from Budapest 5. Dennis so close to acing it out, but unfortunately Fleeve is there on top of the bomb site and will be able to finish the job. And again, we're gonna trade rounds. It seems it's gonna be the name of the series as well.
Looks that way. Does certainly look that way.
Actually, Apex are completely ecoing almost.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah. This is much better decision. I feel like it's very easy to get caught in the trap that the teams did on Nuke on the last map, right? Where you just force buy. But this way, okay, you could do some damage, maybe even take the round. If this continues, he will eventually miss. He will eventually go down. But still, good damage coming in. It seems the control of said damage will be successful here from Budapest 5. But yeah, look, you look at it this way. You could force buy. You never know. You might get the better of them. Let's go for it. Why not? Let's try it. But if you don't, you've got no money. However, if you eco and come into it with like, we're probably going to lose this, guys. We might get some damage. If we get a bomb plant, that's really cool. But we'll just go for the next rifle round. Now, it's like Budapest 5 don't have as much breathing room as they would. If they'd have bested the force buy, right? Which is like you get ahead of an easier buy into a super easy round where they ecoed. Now it's like you have an easy round straight into a really hard one. So the pressure is on very quickly here for the Budapest 5 CT side.
Yeah, but because of that, you know, rather weak buy. The couple of deagles that they did buy, Apex do not actually have a lot of utility. 2 smokes and 1 flash are all that's left versus a massive arsenal of utility on the opposing side. Budito is going to peek quickly towards Olaf, but they're not going to peek just yet. It's going to be a pretty heavy Ivy push coming out from Apex. And that is a very dangerous angle to walk through. 1 spray can take down 3 players pretty quickly. And the cross smoke comes out, so they will be able to push close. There's going to be Fleeve going for the flash. The weird flash angle. But they will peek in. Will they get any good catches? They're being kind of pushed into a very impossible position here on Budapest 5. Luckily, they do have a molly to zone out T main. APEKS jumps in quickly. Double kill coming out for Apex, and that is complete control of the A side so far. They did not expect... Groose did not expect Coolio to flank from B. The last 2 players are coming in. Pop Dog Do. Coolio gets himself 2, but his position is known. Do they know where Torzi is? Oh, APEKS turns around and 180 headshots. Torzi, easy peasy, squeeze that lemon for Apex with the first full gun round.
Yeah, this is maybe a little bit more what we were expecting, right? APEKS rifles come into play, ability, and they just have maybe pound for pound the better side in terms of the firepower. And I feel like that's why they're not going to go for the force buys. They're not going to try and, well, as the name suggests, force the issue. Just play things into their own hands, play their own game, and it works really well. Few upgraded pistols for Budapest 5, though. We'll see what they can get done with this. I wouldn't expect too much, but you never know. There's been a few nice decoy shots here and there. Corey is eating grenades like they're going out of fashion. And will take an awful lot of damage. So they don't know it yet, but APEKS have got a good HP advantage here. And I really like this from them. Slow approach. Not sure of the buy fully from Budapest 5, so not taking too many risks early on.
Yeah, they heard a P250, so there might be some deagles behind it. And that is always scary, especially... Oh, Corey got spotted out by Truth. And does clean him up. Even a headshot through the white box. And yeah, they're all stacking towards the B site. And this should be a free bomb plant for APEKS. And most likely, maybe they might drop 1 player, but... it's most likely just going to be them keeping everyone alive on APEKS. Bomb is actually still not there, though. Taking his sweet, sweet time, full sprint, and Truth will finally plant it.
Bomb has been planted.
Budapest 5, this is a must-win map, though, because the next one is for it to go. And oh, they drop that AK. That is getting a little bit too aggressive for that HLTV score, Dennis. Oof. Crisp, clean. Black boys. Oh, that's the AK drop. That's unfortunate. Budito, last man standing. USP doesn't want to feed his life away because that would just give 300 gold in towards his opponent. So you'd rather just keep that away from your enemies. Every little bit helps. Oh, the op coming out for Torzi. APEKS are not going to pick one up yet on Marsalius. So Torzi... let's go active, baby. I want to see those. Where is he going to go? Okay, he's going to go and connect a peak, it seems.
I feel like it's a fair shout here from APEKS to not pick it up too early. Definitely a fan of, you know, just not fixing it, right? It ain't broke. To turn that phrase upside down. But it still kind of applies, right? Like there's an awful lot of pressure on Budapest 5 coming into this one. There's no need to overspend on APEKS when your current formula has been working pretty well. Maybe in future we'll see a spin, a pivot, as it were, towards the AWP, but for the time being they can play it safe. And I, for one, am a fan of the safe play. But saying that, Torzi, no real competition from him. I would say, generally speaking, across the board, AWPs have like more prominence on the CT side. Maybe it's only like Dust 2 where the T side has a bit more room and a bit more control, I guess, off the back of the spawns. But on most maps, you get an AWP on the T side to kind of answer back. It really does limit some players and slows them down. Regardless, the B hit has been spotted early. Marcelius going to find a quick headshot. Oh, they line up and almost Fleeve able to find two, but not quite. The rotations are in fast. The rotations are trading things back, and it's into a 2 versus 2. So definitely not out of the realms of doability. Truth a little bit late to the party here, but it's all good because they're not pushing too aggressively. Marcelius waiting for the flashbang. It's absolutely bloody perfect. And Marcelius will drop Torzi. Corey, the only one left. No kit. He only really knows where one player is at. That is a speedy flick onto Marcelius, though, but he has no idea where Truth is. There's a smoke for the bomb, so the molly play not going to be possible. He's retrieved a kit as well. Just going to tap onto it. I thought he was going to go for it. Not going to be the case, but when he does, Truth will spray him down. And although it's close, APEKS will come out on top and continue to string them together with the rifles.
Yeah, Budapest 5 down to pretty much nothing in the backpack anymore. A deagle here, a deagle there, a little bit of upgraded armor. But APEKS have shut them down again and should be a 5-2 with relative ease unless they accidentally walk into the wrong part of town or we get a massive stack on the side of Budapest 5. But APEKS, they should not make that many mistakes. They have the leadership behind them. They've got the experience of a player like Dennis with, I mean, he's played on every single level of CSGO, has played against everyone, so he should know how to calm his teammates down in that sort of situation. And they're just holding the push. Coolio is going to peek it wide. It's easy. Almost gets a double, but Dennis does trade it out. 7 HP on Dennis. Now it's Flav taking down Truth. They're actually dealing a decent amount of damage here, but they're rushing towards the B site where we do have Torzi almost on site. And Torzi is actually one of those, you know, most operas have incredibly ridiculous aim with the deagle. I don't know what it specifically is, but they are incredibly dangerous. And well, in this case, it's not going to pay off. And APEKS is going to get both of them in the end nonetheless. Pretty straightforward round. Coolio's going to go for the AUG next. Torzi has an op, and they're going to stick with the... Oh, no. Marcellus is going to be able to pick up an op as well, so finally we're going to have that duel.
Okay, interesting. Just decide to go for it here. Of course, shout out to Hellcase, folks. Banner down below to take you directly towards their website. They have got an awful lot of skins available. You can use code MaltaV and MaltaV15 to give yourself a bit of extra cash to work with. It's a fast round. I have to take a big breath. The first frag's already come in. This Truth will drop. And just like that, it's an early advantage for Budapest 5.
Yeah, Marcelli is falling all the way back. I mean, for my fellow Dutchies, being able to enter a case opening site is, of course, wonderful, because in the Netherlands, case opening is blocked on CSGO.
Yo, that's really sad. Or is it? Because, like, actually evil, those cases. I say that. I've had a fairly good run of luck personally. I'm not going to rub it in people's faces, but I have had some nice skins out of them. Talking over the game, though, and of course the bomb dropped there. What has happened there? APEKS, this is messy. It's also messy from Budapest 5 as Marcelius able to pick up a couple on this AWP. We've not seen it up until this round, and it's a damn shame that we haven't, because he looks solid. 3k coming in, he's all the frags so far for APEKS. The ace definitely on the cards. One awkward exchange that dropped the bomb means that Apex are going to have to kind of play their cards right here. They're not sure if they spotted the bomb. Is there someone on top of it? Are they crossfired around it? We've got Dennis on the flank, waiting for him to act. Julio, though, goes proactive. He does get traded, but he sets up Corey, and this is definitely doable for us. He's so low, the headshot comes in. The 3 overall for Corey and the 3rd for Budapest 5. They finally put a stop to Apex on those dang rifles.
That was a very much needed round for Budapest 5. They will also be able to save that op for Torzi. They're going to rebuy the op for Apex, but now it is very crucial that Budapest 5 do not lose in this round, because as you can see, they're already on 3 FAMASs with almost no utility left, so you cannot let this one slip away, otherwise you're going to be pushed all the way back. Same for Apex, though. Their economy has been crushed. Oh, they're going to be playing the Torzi bait and switch. Close range fleet. Peeking out wide. The flash is not going to go where it needs to go, but Torzi does chime in and evens it out. Both op are still towards Ivy. But a 1-for-1 trade in total. For the rest, it does seem like Dennis is just trying to go for that B flank again. He's gone just for the slow B flank multiple rounds now. Does lose the fight against Coolio because it's of course his domain, and will call in the rotates from his team. Molly is going to push Torzi all the way back. Coolio on top of actually don't know the name of that bomb train thingy. Next to 1G.
Just use the colors, my guy.
Gold?
Yellow? I'm pretty sure it's yellow.
Okay, yellow.
Yeah. I mean, we could have a debate, but yellow is definitely what people call it. Regardless, 4v3, 3v3, 2v2, 2v2. Look at this. Benito in from behind. Beautiful frags. Is it going to be enough? Taps onto the bomb. It's so far tick, though, and Truth just waits for him to peek out. He had to go for that fight. Beautiful stuff from Truth. Well read, not too aggressive. Will be the 6th round for Apex secured. Very close, very messy and back and forth at the end there. But they do manage to get it on the board in the end. And Budapest 5, the bank, going to be broken. See you later. But yeah, don't worry. I am so bad with the train colors and remembering what is where and whatnot. Generally just hit on top of the train. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they'll probably, the chat will probably know what you mean, you know? Because it's where the action's going down.
Normally I'd go for the train colors as well, but because there's a red train on A and a red train on B, I get confused.
Yeah, I think we have like red and orange is the thing, right?
Oh,
so it's like,
yes,
yeah,
okay.
you really got to know, like, specifically, and it depends on your contrast, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just working off the colors. So unless you play a lot of train and really, again, in that competitive kind of environment and have all the colors and call-outs set. But even then, train's an interesting one in terms of the call-outs, and I suppose we've got a bit of time to talk this over while it's just the pistols. But a lot of, particularly in America, I think it comes from Source, they call them like lanes. So there's 6 lanes because of where the trains are placed. There's like 6 channels, you know, those very deep, long sight lines that you have on this map. Kind of from the left hand, you can't really see because the trains aren't on the minimap actually, but I think they are on the like default HUD. But from the A side, so this right here, near where they're at, near towards Hell, is lane 1, then lane 2, then you have 3, 4, 5, 6 onto the other side. But that's their callouts you very rarely hear anymore, to be honest with you. Couple of kills coming in for Budapest 5 there. Nothing crazy, so we get to go podcast mode for a second.
It actually got pretty dicey there.
I mean, there's a couple of kills, but ultimately they're able to clean up, right? The weaponry that Budapest 5 had maybe shouldn't have found as much as that. I will give you that. I still think 2 kills a bit too much. But this is what matters. No more podcast mode now, of course. We've got to focus down onto round number 11. A key round for Budapest 5 to get Apex starting to run away with things on the T side of Budapest 5's map pick. Not looking good.
There's going to be Coolio towards B. Is he going to be... Yeah, he's going to throw the smoke, fall back, call for the rotation soon enough. Of course, they're not going to push in because they don't have all of their players ready. and that rotates Torzi around. Bonito down below in pop. Dog does spray down Marcelius the half a second that he peeks, and they are playing with a double op defensive setup on Budapest 5. So man advantage, got rid of the opper, and that gives them the opportunity. That joke has been done to death. Just saying. Dennis does take down Coolio. The B defender is dead. The bomb is heading towards site, and everything is blank.
Huh. Yeah, same. My feed seems to have frozen. Gamers? Anyone out there? Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this. I'm not quite sure. Just a blue screen for me when I refresh. Not sure if it's the same for you.
Yeah,
Good old VMix does crash from time to time. Those just keep giving it a refresh. There's a big round. I won't be missing it. That's a good Counter-Strike, man. Yeah. Not quite sure what's going down here, in all honesty. I don't know. It seems like it's live on the other end, but hoping to get an update here soon for you guys as we're just kind of sat with the blue screen chatting away. And HLTV's behind, so we can't even really do like a radio cast.
Yeah, for both of us.
Yeah. We're working on it. The gremlins are in the pipelines.
Well, you know, at least we'll be able to rewatch what we missed, hopefully, because it seems it's on VMix's side, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, this is where we pretty much left off. Dorsey with that up. Okay.
Okay, cool.
I
yeah,
mean,
so we get to...
Really...
Oh, okay. Yep, we're in, we're back.
Oh, Budapest 5-1 that round. Okay, good to know, good to know. Push forward. Marcelius does shut down Corey, and we are finally back in some action. Gruss gets rid of Torzi as well, and that is going to be a very quick execute coming out from Apex. They want to shut this down. Coolio does get the kill onto Dennis, who literally never stops flanking towards B. Oh no, actually, that's not even towards B. Where did he kill? Ah, never mind. Fleef does push forward, runs ahead with that op. Is trying to most likely save it because it's going to be a 4-on-2 situation. And luckily, we're back in time to watch that entire round transpire.
Hell yeah. Not good news for Budapest 5, though. We're sorry, guys. We are the bad omen, it would appear. You know, when we dropped out, they won the round. Now we're back, they lose. So sorry about that. But regardless, Apex in pretty good control. They're a couple steps ahead of Budapest 5. Seem to have their number. Not really letting them have a chance back into things. Rounds in isolation, particularly for that CT side, are incredibly dangerous. Coolio even goes down to the bomb. What's happened there? That's not good. That's not good at all. That's really not good. Honestly, if you look at it, he could have dropped someone. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's actually terrible.
Oh, well, they do have... the 4 rounds on the CT side's absolutely horrendous. And Apex, oh, this is not looking good for Budapest 5. Will this be a 2-map series? I mean, it's still nowhere near over. They can definitely come back on the T side, but they need some magic to happen. And we're going to pan all the way back to something I cannot read because I do not read Russian. Do you read Russian?
No. No, sir. I'm sure there's a few people in the chat. I know there's like a mural of Lenin on one of the walls, which is a bit wacky.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, it's like just above T-spawn. I'm not sure if we'll get to see it because we're on CT. But yeah, I don't know why he's in there. But there
I guess
you are.
this is some...
Well, yeah, I suppose it's to ground it in reality or whatever, but...
this is probably a CIS... country, you know, former. I don't even know what country this map is on. I do know that Dusu is on Morocco. I found that out in my cast 3 days ago.
Yeah, I think it's fairly like up in the air. it's just kind of, you know, whatever. Cash is also in like a CIS country. Historically.
BUDAPEST is in Germany.
Yes. But it's definitely a weird one. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, on Cash, the CTs generally give it away, and I think the CT's like French on Cash, right? So Inferno, there's nowhere in England that looks like that, so I don't know what the SAS are doing there. Anyway, the Execute's coming in outside here. 9th round on the card for Apex, but oh, Flea's got other things to say. Double spray down is super clean. He's able to stay alive only for a little while longer, but he's certainly done his work for this round. There's some low HP bars here, though. Torzi's got to be careful. Hiding on the stairs, he will get clapped off. However, Bodito in from behind, looking for one. The second escapes him, though. He tried to wait patiently to pick up as much as he possibly could. Not going to happen for him. Still a man advantage for Budapest 5. A great flash coming in. Marcelius able to survive a little while longer. However, these remaining 2 T players are so very low. Dennis going to swing in. Finds the frag. He's not ready for the second, though. And Coolio and Bodito strike at the same time. Able to pick up the 5th for Budapest 5. The question again, though, on everyone's lips. Can they string them together? They are yet to do it with the rifles. Maybe this is the time.
Yeah, they have 2 more rounds in this half. If they win this one, it's going to be a force buy for Apex. I mean, this is already a force buy with it seems to be very weak for Gruss, so they should have a decent chance at taking this one and then hopefully securing round number 7 in their favor. But it's a very good start for Apex with the 8 rounds advantage at least. As we can see, Bodito is fragging pretty nicely on Budapest 5. Everyone, well, most players on Apex are doing a good job, but Torzi with that op needs to start waking up, especially on this map, because he definitely can do better. We have seen him do better specifically in the previous series. And there's going to be an aggressive push forward. Bodito does win the duel against APEKS. And was it APEKS? Oh well, Malicious does get himself Bodito in return. And that is a man advantage coming up for Budapest 5. Coolio down to 2 HP. Towards that B side. Torzi with the op is going to go on top of green. He hears it. Marcelius peeks out wide. The op shot, you saw it flick to him, but it is not going to connect. And that is the A bomb site secured for Apex. They're going to get the bomb plant. Take Coolio down to 2 HP. The flank from Fleeve coming in, but they definitely should have their eyes on that pop dog area for now. Fleeve's going all the way around though, and with the post plants like they are, it's probably going to be a save coming out from Budapest 5. They're not even going to attempt it. They actually don't even have a kit on their back.
Well, the curse continues, eh? I've used that phrase a couple times across the course of this evening, but it does look like Budapest 5 once again going to fall flat, not able to string them together. Damage done, keeping it competitive, right? So Apex got to be careful not to lose any more players, to be honest. Have a bit of cash built, but you can see, right? Like, they can spread the wealth just about. Thank goodness Marcelia stays alive. But once again, deep into the coffers. So I do like this buyback from Budapest 5. See whether they are going to make it an effective buy or not. They kind of have to. Of course, it is the tail end of the half here, but at the same time, I would have loved to see this from them, regardless of the fact.
During that bomb explosion, Coolio actually dropped from 2 HP to 1 HP.
I missed that. That's crazy. He's already died to the bomb once, needlessly. So that would have been sad.
This is an interesting angle. I don't think I've ever seen anyone stand there.
That's an interesting thought. Whoa, and Corey as well, able to get a couple. Really good stuff. That's a really nice setup coming in from Budapest 5, actually. I'm a massive fan, and it's given them a solid advantage to work with.
Yeah, this is now a very tough round for Apex. They are getting a lot of free space. Bomb is all the way still in their spawn, though. And Against the pretty, I mean, the weaponry is still not that great for Budapest 5, but in this case, quantity over quality is what we're looking for. We have a flank continuation from Bodito, and he might actually spot down that bomb if Truth is not in time. Nice catch from APEKS. He's going to peek out wide, but Corey catches him. Truth is going to get rid of Bodito. And the flick from Marcelius whiffs. Now it's Truth all on his lonesome. A bomb in hand. He's going to rush towards B where he has Coolio to deal with. Going to peek in. Does he get wide? No, he does not find Coolio. And Coolio gets his team around number 6. That is a decent recovery from Budapest 5, but they definitely were looking for a lot better scoreline.
Yeah, particularly because against Lyngby Vikings, it was a really difficult time on the T side. It took them a long time to clean things up after a 12-3 half, right? Maybe some of that is complacency and whatnot, but some of that surely has got to be grounded in the fact that they're just weaker on the T side. So going into it with a deficit is not going to be great for them. You can see how the odds have shifted in a big way as well. The bookies, I suppose, kind of supporting that idea. Of course, the banner down below, use code Malta for 10 free spins and 100 bonus euros on your first deposit. Beautiful stuff. I should mention, we don't mention it often, but I should mention that's up to 100, on your first deposit. Kind of matches it, I think, is the idea. Julies, hello. Finding the first frag. Truth going to chime in as well. Corey is able to drop him, however, and make things doable over at Ivy. 4 versus 3.
I've seen too many dually rounds just today. So many dualies. And they very rarely pay off.
Hey, but when they do... you
can flex on them.
Hell yeah. And the thing is as well, right, there are some players who just love them. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. Just buy a 5.7. It's way better. But then maybe these are players that use CZs. I don't know. All food for thought, for sure. All food for thought. The rounds really come to a standstill here, though. Back into even Stevens. Budapest 5 able to find a couple frags of their own. No kit available for the CTs, mind you, so they're going to have to probably have a man advantage before that bomb goes down. I'm not too sure, though. Gus still... Okay, I was going to say Gus still got the nade. Might go for a lob of it. He goes for a jump peek, though, which is a bit ill-advised. We've got Kez picking up a kit here. He can't hit the shots, though. What's going on? He's somehow still alive. He gets the reload off, but they do drop it. Whoa, that could have been crazy. That could have been wild. Not going to happen, though. Coolio comes in from the side, and Budapest 5 will get the pistol.
That is a nice 7 rounds for Budapest 5. They should be able, if they break this APEKS defense, they should be able to take it to an even scoreline, which is pretty impressive nonetheless. They are going to go for the 4 Galils, 1 Mac-10, and an AK buy on Budapest 5, but they have to deal with the double scout coming in from APEKS. Marcelius and Gruss both on the scout. It is going to be an aggressive move out, it seems. Bodito already takes a nade for his troubles. They're going to rush out Pop Dog and head over towards that A site, but the scouts from long range, this is dangerous. They're dropping a lot of HP. That's already 2 kills for APEKS. Where are the smokes? Where are the flashes coming through? Fleeve does chime in with another kill, but look at that. Marcelius catch Coolio on the climb up on top of blue. Close range. It is a 2-on-2. Deagle wins it out. He spotted out the last player, and behind red is going to be the call out. Falls back. Out all 3 players down to the last little bit of HP. 1 bullet needs to be tagged on anyone by anything to secure a kill. Bodito trying to get vision out on his opponents. He's going to go in towards Pop Dog. Is gonna flank around, it seems, going for a big flank the other way around. Might try and fake them out, let them think that he's heading towards that B site, but they're not biting at all. They're pushing forward aggressively. APEKS is probably going to check out Pop Dog. I mean, yeah, he can't go all the way Ivy because that's a way too big of a flank. And APEKS, he knows, smells Bodito coming through.
The Spidey sense.
Oh, just falls back and dies.
Yeah, it betrays him.
But he can't get the bomb plant in.
They think it's B, maybe? But I guess Akez close enough to hear him running.
Oh,
We'll get the plant in. Oh, but Akez able to flick up and take him down. I thought that was a cheeky headshot, but no, it's a little disappointing in that sense. But APEKS stealing the 10th away. That is not good for Budapest 5 at all.
He actually planted on probably the only spot he could plant. Where it's safely, and he actually does manage to find it. That's pretty nice. But yeah, that is at least they got the bomb plant in, so they have some money. They could force up, they could wait around and then go for a pretty much full buy. I'd rather see them go for the wait and full buy, but no, they're gonna head out with full weaponry, trying to keep that APEKS bank account honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. I just think it's such a difficult position. Keith and I talk about it a lot, because obviously you see it a fair amount at this kind of level, but losing that second round after the pistol, regardless of what side you're on, particularly the CT side, but it definitely affects the T side. If you lose it, like, your money is just screwed, and you're in this point where it's almost like a team philosophy. We've seen, right, how things go for the three different teams actually that we witnessed in these best of threes, where it's like Budapest 5 and Lyngby Vikings, force buy, right? They keep it going. They're both as bad as each other. Meanwhile, APEKS play it nice and safe. Oh, lovely double spray down from Akez here. Really good stuff. Corey and Coolio chiming in. But a 2 versus 2 unraveling. APEKS do have the rotations in pretty quickly. The bomb's dropped in an awkward spot, but a key fight from Fleeve is won. Meanwhile, Dennis having to clutch it out once again. This time, APEKS getting a taste of their own medicine. They're in the 1v2, rather than Budapest 5 being in that situation. Not as low in terms of the HP bars here. Still certainly doable for Dennis. He's just so unsure. They're going towards B, mate. You're on the wrong bomb site, at least for the time being. A quick rotation, definitely possible, but I feel like with this bomb going down, he might just look to save, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he didn't know that the bomb was down towards B, I think, and he is going to go for it. Has one flash and a kit, so he could try, but they're both playing brown halls, so unless they make a massive mistake, they should be able to secure it, especially with the walk down. Fleeve does spot out Dennis, and it's going to be an easy kill for Budapest 5 to win the round. And of course, the Costas curse comes in. I say, don't do that, and they do it, and they still manage to secure the win right off the back of it, which puts now APEKS, the CT side, at a very problematic situation where they're going to go for the double scout buyout again.
Well, it seems they're going to have to go for it, right? The cash money not quite available. And I think it would be a double eco situation for them anyway, with the lack of a loss bonus built up. So it does make sense. That whole argument that I made about philosophies of force buying and stuff like that, I think this one makes a bit more sense than Budapest 5's did. But then Budapest 5 win it, which is kind of, you know, the argument, the fuel to the fire, as it were, for indeed force buying in these types of situations. But we'll see. We'll see here. APEKS have won rounds like this in the past, in recent memory even. They're definitely not out of their wheelhouse. The one thing for me, though, is the fact that they have very little utility. I think is going to make it really difficult on a map like Train, but hitting shots like that. Crack angle from Truth. That could make the difference. That could make it easier. Wow, Budapest 5, no chance at trading that one back. Absolutely nuts shot. They're going to push their way out onto this outside bomb site, and it is a bit more of an inside stack from APEKS, so they do guess wrong in that sense. I think with the utility coming in, they will slowly start to edge people back outside. So they will be ready for this. Oh, but great. This is what I mean, right? You've got no return utility. Mollies are fantastic, clearing out certain angles, good flashes to give them some control. They're not ready for the players coming from all bomb, though. Just able to slide through. Dennis going to peek out. Can't find the frag. He needed some assistance there. He needed a teammate. Torzi's able to reset and get prepared for the next. The frag's going the way of Budapest 5, and it looks like they've done it. They've weathered the storm. They lose the first, but they're able to bounce back pretty damn well and not lose anybody else. Maybe APEKS can change that statement. Oh, he will. Okay, they lose one more, but no more than that. For the bare minimum of 3, they will be making money off of this round. And also bringing it within 1. The T side looking good. We didn't get to see as much of it. Again, I feel like complacency and whatnot coming into effect against the Lyngby Vikings. But now that there's a bit more pressure, now that they actually need to apply their best T side, as it were, it works. It works. And they seem to look comfortable here.
Yeah, it is going to be, of course, a different story if they go for the full buy on APEKS, but with the amount of cash that they have left, it's probably not going to be an op pickup coming through just yet. It's an aggressive peak coming in with the WSPs. They do manage to get rid of Fleeve, but 2 kills picked up by Budapest 5. Corey is going to push forward. It's going to get flanked by Dennis, and the USP god himself will lose his life. I think, yeah, he did get Torzi's head, but unfortunately it is a USB and not a deagle. Up in the sky, Gruss will get spoiled out by Torzi, and Torzi will continue the nice couple of rounds that he has had. He is actually bottom fragging for the Budapest 5 squad as their main opper. That is rather problematic, whereas on the opposing side, Marcelius as the opper is actually doing pretty wonderful. 16 to 12 is a pretty respectable score.
Certainly true. Certainly true. Cannot refute your logic there, sir. Regardless, getting somewhat worrisome for the likes of APEKS. Need to find a round back soon. Budapest 5 building up good cash, good momentum, good amount of confidence, where at one point they were really looking deflated. First frag comes in, APEKS, that is big. That's going to make all the difference.
And look at Gruss's aggressive push.
Yeah, they know it's
B.
A. They know it's A completely. Like, they hear these footsteps coming in. They are sold on the fact that it's A. Great Molly coming in, going to deny the boost. Gruss gets taken down the very last second. Torzi left on 4 HP. The 4 versus 4 ensures Truth in a great position, but he's dropped. And now it looks a lot harder.
Yeah, they had a solid opportunity, but all of a sudden, there's a big opening coming up, and Fleeve chimes in. Marcelius does luckily get a shot in return, but on top of green, Bodito does spot Marcelius climbing up, and that is Dennis saving the M4 into the next round. Budapest 5 all of a sudden take the lead on the T side of Train, and APEKS, they're looking a little bit flustered. They had the intel, they had everyone ready to try and pounce, but they just got annihilated.
They had the opening pick even. You know, they had the advantage initially, and I think they just get a bit too giddy, a bit too crazy in nature. Panicked, I think. Panicked is a really good word for it when they're trying to mount that retake. Yeah, and it just falls apart really, really quickly because they're not as fully prepared as they would like to be. Trying to act a bit more instinctively, and it just doesn't work out. Half by coming into this, a few upgraded pistols around the M4 that saved. Some nades as well. So potential for damage, but the round itself not looking as doable. They always seem to do damage with these deagles. Pretty decent deagle players. Saked's going to miss the opportunity there, but is able to drop back. But yeah, really good deagle players, I have to say. So I think there's an argument to be made that they will get themselves a decent amount of damage done. Oh, look at the exchange over there on your minimap. Bottom left-hand corner. Look at it. Akez is going down, and he will eventually fall. Key fight for Fleeve to be winning, and it's always nice against the pistols to find the opening pick and sigh of relief. You don't have to go mental. Not everyone's around trying to trade the one frag that you lost, and then you get overwhelmed by a stack. They just play it nice and safe from here on out. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Really good angle. Gruss dead to rights. Nothing he can really do there unless he hits the insane instant headshot, right? But a 5v3, and I think Dennis is now probably starting to think in the back of his mind. Time to save, perhaps. Big nade damage coming in, though. Marcelius on the edge of the smoke. Oh, timing could be perfect here. They're all looking the wrong way. He finds two, the third. Oh, I think he runs out of ammo in the end there. That's such a shame. But the 3v2 coming in definitely is doable here.
How did... He just tossed a nade from that angle. No one keeping an eye on it.
I know,
Truth
it's wild.
Gets rid of Coolio as well. Corey is 1D shot away from dropping. Flav does have a nice little flank from Connector, and Dennis does not expect a player to come from there. Truth is trying to rush through towards the site. Flav does spot him out, and it is going to be Truth on a 1 versus 2. They double peek him, and there is no chance that he can win that engagement. It is going to be round number 12 for Budapest 5, edging away of Apex, but now finally Marcelius does pick up the big green stick. He's going to try and beat them with it.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I will admit that's the first time I've been witness. You say that if you hear something? I don't know. First time I have been witness to the big green stick. I like it. I like it. And you bring it full circle. I'm a fan of that one, to be fair, mate. Either way, it has been a while since we've seen him on it. It's a very good point that you make. And it might be the difference maker here. Truth going to drop to Torzi. So far the T-side off doing an awful lot more. Missed shot on the initial peak from Marcelius, but he's able to drop them eventually. Big nade coming in. They're through the smoke, but he is ready. Finds the head of the second. His teammates are dropping. He maybe needs a bit of assistance here. He can't do it all, particularly with being on 20 HP at the moment. He really does need some help. It doesn't seem to be coming just yet. It's slowed down. Oh, hello. Okay, that's weird. Marcelius able to catch a distracted Fleeve. He is actually doing all the work right now. So the AWP in his hands, absolutely masterful. Will it be enough to convert this, though?
That was weird that they looked at each other. No one shot. He peeks away, peeks back in, and then you just see that massive 50 cal shot fly right through his brain. Okay, thank you very much, Marcelius. That Opper is going nuts right now. Finally, he's got the big gun, and he is definitely making Budapest 5 sweat right now, and they're peeking into him again. Gonna be a tough shot though, because he's 1 bullet away from dying, and he is up against... Is the Opper gonna peek, or is it the Rifler? It is gonna be the Opper. Takes him down, and it is 1 bullet away from an ace. It is not gonna happen, unfortunately. Coolio 1 versus 2, peek out wide possible from Pop Dog, and there is a player from Connector. It is going to be peek out wide. Dennis shuts him down, and that is going to be finally another round for Apex on their CT side. They're going to keep the double op in to the next round to boot.
Budapest 5 really needs to close this down quickly, to be honest. Like, it's not in a good place at all.
Yeah,
Apex,
money's looking tight on both sides.
And I feel like if they just even things back up, there's definitely a chance here for Apex. I don't know, man. Like, oh, it's dicey times. This is probably the most important round of the game so far, for a lot of different reasons. And we'll see how it unravels. We'll see how it goes. I think Apex, particularly with the effectiveness of the AWP in the previous round, pulling it out here again and having the double AWP setup even, which is kind of something they didn't get to see. I believe Gruss just got banged out in the previous, and then it was Marcelius doing everything. But if they walk into a bomb site or walk into, you know, both of those AWPs, we could see some massive devastation. And if you look at kind of the positioning here, it might not be the case, at least initially. Gruss, obviously, that first line of defense over at Cloud. Smoke coming in to keep him at bay. He does have a teammate going through the smoke. Akez, that is so risky, the 1-for-1. Never really good for the CT side. I suppose he gets information. They're able to rotate in quickly here, but I'm really not sure whether that was worth. We'll see. Maybe I'm harping on him a bit too much. The AWP's doing work. Frag found. Tag landed onto Coolio. The molly not going to spread to him initially. Not sure if he's fully safe up there. It looks like he is, but a 4-man advantage at this point, looking good. Marcelius able to find another as things are starting to fall apart. Too many targets for Coolio, and the very quick instant trade there. Torzi does take down another, but bare minimum of 3. Marcelius with another multi-frag round once he's pulled the AWP out. This is looking problematic.
Yeah, Yeah, Marsilius, he is a god. He's the god that they need right now. 26 to 15. All of a sudden, he gets that gun and he just completely starts popping up. I think he even legged the guy that Coolio while he jumped towards sight. So he, just a massive round coming out from him. And Budapest 5, they've got they could go for a small bi-week utility. It seems that is going to be their plan. Towards is going to be forced on a Galil or worse. Might actually go for the scout, but all in all, their utility is going to be a little bit lackluster on Budapest 5, whereas APEKS, they have everything they need, but their money is pretty tight. So if they drop their players, especially those oppers, they might still be put down to an eco.
All right, here we go. Do or die. Budapest 5 seeing the map. Their pick slip through the cracks. In recent rounds, APEKS have found their mojo again. Flash in. See you later, Corey. Nothing you can do about that. You need a wildly lucky headshot to land while fully blind. They're going to try and pick up the pace here at Ivy. Gruss hits him at the very last second. Misses the shot. Is he able to stay away? He gets headshot through the metal and eventually taken down. Big damage has been done, though, off the back of nades, maybe shots through smoke. I'm not quite sure, but Fleave's come in with 2 out of nowhere. Okay, still certainly doable, and Truth is very close to the action here. So certainly could find himself a cheeky frag or 2. Like I say, they're very, very low. Bomb goes down in just a second here. The attempt coming in, but it's not going to be successful. Truth comes in with 2, but Fleave from the side has just wiped them all out. My goodness. 4 for him. In 2 short bursts, but almost instantaneously finding the opening 2 and then the final 2 for Budapest 5. That's a massive hero moment from Fleave.
Yeah, both teams having some of their star players just popping off in the last couple of rounds, and now APEKS, they are back on an eco, and they're gonna go for the full eco because they need to try and get an op on Marsilius next round. That is the most crucial point for them. It will put most likely Budapest 5 on 14 rounds. The Deagles are very deadly though, and there is definitely a possibility, but they really need to make these Deagles shine right now. 5 Deagles, yeah, close range as you can see towards the B side. AKAS, they might run right into him, which could be problematic, and they're trying to bait them around right here. Look at these aggressive positions coming out. Gruss is going to be pushing towards T main to get a flank going. And they're going to go for the run boost towards Ivy. Ellis takes a little bit of burn in a pop dog in the meantime, but Truth, that angle is being held, buddy. It's a very dangerous angle to peek. But they are so incredibly close. Budito does not get taken out by Truth, and it is only a body tag coming through. Peek out wide. Marsilius, hero moments aplenty. And in the meantime, Gruss does spot out Flav, but is not gonna win that duel. Can the Pistol Meister do a Dennis on that Deagle? Peeks out wide. Torsi with a double. And the last man standing is AKAS with that Deagle himself. I mean, everyone on the CT side has a Deagle, so of course he's going to be wielding that Deagle. Tries to hit that shot, is going to whiff it, and I mean, not really a lot of chance, especially not if you're going to start spraying with the Deagle from that range. It is going to be Budapest 5, round number 14 in their bag. Again, this is a must-win for Budapest 5, and APEKS, they really want to take this map so that they could shut it out in 2, because if they take it to 3, it might still get very interesting.
I'm excited here. This is the competition we were kind of looking for, to be honest. Really cool stuff between these 2 teams. And I have a feeling it's going to continue for us, but we'll see. We'll see.
Big multi damage onto Fleave.
Okay. Here we go. Look. Marcellus. He's on the AWP. He's in an advanced position. Gruz is looking good, though. They've changed things up ever so slightly in terms of the AWP positioning, away from Ivy and more towards E-Box, right? A much more aggressive angle, I have to say. And it works out well. The org side of things works out well. Pawsy's going to get himself an AWP, though. Lovely stuff. Absolutely loving it. I think Fleeve had taken it to go for an early peek based off of a spawn, perhaps. Obviously, doesn't work for him. But man down. Apex definitely in with a chance to secure their 13th.
Yeah, they're not out of this game just yet. They do need to make sure that they win the next couple of rounds, because Budapest 5, they've got enough for a decent buy next round if they lose this one. Whereas Apex, they don't have any money in the bag. So this is a do or die round. They're going to be playing the two-man B a long strat again. Marcellus plays the bait, shoots one down, and they turn around. Unless they smoke out, APEKS might get aggressive again on that angle, and it is going to be the straight peek. How does he hit that shot? He just literally, you know, that was so close. That was faster than I could blink.
He's pretty spicy, ain't he?
Dorsey is going to get shut down by Marcellus, and a very solid round victory for APEKS. And yep, another double from Marcellus on that up. Beautiful pickup. Budapest 5, they could go for a buy. I mean, Coolio's just going to be broke, pretty much. But besides that, they could go for a possible buy. Or they're going to go for Deagles. And yeah, they're going to go for a couple of upgraded pistols, I guess, and go for the full buy next round. Okay. Not going to try and keep APEKS honest. Ooh, nice little hardcore parkour from Gruss.
Oh. Oh, gotta be careful. Not to get overwhelmed. Looking a little dicey. Yeah, I mean, they're cool with it, but look at this. Coolio coming from behind while they're all distracted with his deagle. Nasty man. Manages to find one. Leaves also got a D. Can't be writing them off, but Dennis playing it perfectly there. Another kill coming in. I feel like this round, it's decent to find these 2 kills with the amount that they've spent. Any more than this? And whoa, APEKS. Let's not let that happen. Uh-oh. Fleeve. This is possibly doable. They're stacked on top of each other and he peeks it wrong. Whoa. For a second, though, in my mind's eye, I saw an insane play.
I mean, it was still an insane play.
Yeah, well, no, pretty damn good, right? Nice and easy, you know, and whatnot. He gets up to his 25. It's kind of insane in the sense that it does a lot of damage, right? And we've talked about this, comeback train, all that kind of stuff. I feel like if Budapest 5 win this one, the game probably comes with it. There's not a lot of money for APEKS. They've reset their loss bonus and everything as well. So, yeah, they need to be finding this and at the very least securing overtime.
Both sides actually are incredibly poor off the back of that round. And Marcellus they need him to make the hero play, but on the other side, Fleeve again come in with that 4K. It does take a decent amount of damage already. They're heading towards the B site where they only have one defender coming through. Fleeve is actually trying to distract them towards Ivy, and this might be a full B execute, but look at how close the flank is, though. They're both hiding inside Pop Dog. They could be right behind them in no time. Marcellus is in connector. They're actually expecting this to be a B push, it seems. Yeah, the flashes, Molly's come flying through, and there's going to be the quick flank in as well. On-site APEKS does get Corey. Nice catch from the B defender. However, doesn't expect the second to push through. There's going to be the flanker. Oh, both turned their back to Gruss. Gruss shuts them down, and Fleeve, the last man standing, is not going to be able to get anything done. APEKS 15-14, one more round, and then they secure map number 1 and are in the driving seat to secure this series. But Budapest 5, of course, they can still take this to OT, but they have to go big.
Or go home, of course.
Yeah, but they still have another match.
I suppose.
Or 2, so
yeah,
the go home
I mean,
part
they're already at
bit...
home as well. Like,
oh,
you
yeah,
know, everyone's at home
COVID
right now.
And everything, yeah.
Yeah, I feel. I just had to. It was low hanging fruit, man. You said go big, and usually
I know,
say,
but I
go home.
specifically did not say go home because of it.
Well, you baited me, dude. You baited me.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm a
admit,
master
I took
baiter.
the easy bait. Well, okay. He went there, boys. He went there. Either way. Final round
They
of the game.
spotted APEKS.
It's been a long day. Yeah, they definitely spotted him out, but he drops the bomb. That's going to buy so much time for the rotation. It splits the T's up as well. We've got some of them pushing forwards, some of them trying to find that player in the back. They do get the player in the back. Thank goodness for them. And Flea's position now, he has a little bit of support. The bomb does go down. Fleave needs to go big. He did in previous rounds. He's on 25. Maybe needs to find a couple more. It's not going to happen, though. The smoke dissipates for the perfect timing for Dennis. The eyes are on Torzi here. He's picked up 2 on the Deagle. Coolio's on full HP, though, so it's going to be really tough. Torzi, 5 HP, does get taken down. Dennis looking to be the hero. Oh, and Truth saves his life. Dennis had no idea where he was getting shot from. That's going to be it, though. 16-14. It is an intense round to finish us off. Budapest 5, though, absolute heartbreak. A poor showing on the CT side. A really good showing on the T side, but it's not enough. The stronger team overall come out on top. And, of course, that was Budapest 5 map pick. So now we look across the next map. It's really not looking too good for them. I mean, they do play the Vertigo. They don't have as much success on it. And APEKS have a lot. So things looking scary, and Budapest 5 being on the back of a lot of close games this evening.
Yeah, these have been matches that have been going all the way every single time. It looks like it should be a lot easier for them, for the teams that are winning. I mean, Budapest 5 as well on their CT sides, but they just want to make it a lot more interesting. And they're definitely going to have to bring that kind of firepower towards the next map, because Budapest 5, they are backs against the wall, and it is not their best map. Actually, in fact, it is probably their worst map that they have to play up against APEKS, who are, well, it's probably their best map, so it's going to be a very tough cookie, and I don't know if they'll be able to overcome it, but we'll be right back for that match after these upcoming messages. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no. Damn! That was one of the best nickel fights I've been to.
Welcome back, everybody, to Malta Vibes, powered by Gaming Malta, a home of gaming excellence. We are, of course, getting into map 2 of our final best of 3 of the day. It's that decider match. We are figuring out who's going to be moving through into the playoffs on the weekend. Will it be APEKS? Will it be Budapest 5? Well, after winning Train 16-14, the smarter folks amongst you that are following things here, going into Vertigo, would probably say it's going to be APEKS. However, Budapest 5 earlier did look good against this, bringing it close against the Lyngby Vikings, but, you know, we were just having a quick little chat, of course, in the break and everything. This is a solid map for APEKS and a so-so at best map for Budapest 5. That's maybe even being nice to them. So I think it's going to be really, really hard. Not to even, you know, write off like the fatigue and everything that's starting to come into play here. We're a little tired right here. So I mean, like the players playing that intensity and all these really long maps, they're going to be a little burnt out, I think it is safe to say.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match, especially. I mean, they did play it earlier today as well, but APEKS, they've got like over 70% win rate on the map. It's their best map by far compared to, well, definitely the worst map of their opponents. And as you previously mentioned, it's getting pretty tiring because all of the maps have been going almost a full distance, comebacks happening, and just trading rounds one after each other. It is, well, at one point these teams are going to get very tired, and especially the team that has played the most recent matches, and we're about to go live with the knife round. We'll get right into it. It's gonna be a pretty crucial round, of course. You really want to make sure that you start on that T side. It is one of the more T-sided maps out there, even though it doesn't have a lot of massive executes coming through. I always find that this corridor is a little bit too small to have a knife fight though.
Well, you know, Budapest 5 not going to complain. Works out for them. But yeah, definitely, particularly winning that knife round for Budapest 5, their T side is much more prominent. 60% nearly of the rounds they win are on the T side, and that goes to show earlier on as well against the Lyngby Vikings. So yeah, I definitely think getting that side choice is somewhat beneficial here. I could be mistaken. It looks like they've chosen the CT side, though. I'm not sure if this is final, but with like the reset and everything coming into money and whatnot, I think it might be the case. I'm not sure, though. Definitely taking their time winding the clock down before we get into the action. I do hear a few ticks in my ears, which is always a good sign. Looks like a Kez might be AFK at the moment, though. No, not going to be the case. They're actually starting on the CT side, though. Curious.
Okay, that is very
curious. Look, I speak about this sometimes. I feel for this team, it might even be like an outlier in its own kind of case. When Cobblestone was in the pool, objectively T-sided, right? Teams would still start on the CT side. I think it's because of the difficulty of like the economy and the way that you can be blown over on this CT side. I think it is that philosophy of, okay, it's let's see what we can get done on our weaker side, then we move into the more confident side, and that's where we can recover the game back. So it kind of depends on how you look at it. Either way, rushing in towards B here. Coolio going to find the first. Truth does trade back Fleeve. The kills coming in thick and fast for the T side as the B bomb site has fallen. The bomb not yet planted, but shortly it should be. Torzi's pretty low. Corey does manage to find a quick headshot, and there is a flank coming in, so this could spiral out of control if APEKS are not careful. Dennis is watching it, but he's pretty damn low. Oh, the nade, surely. No, okay, he pushes forward, finds the frags and the P250s, ending proceedings. No chance at all for Budapest 5.
Yeah, that was a nice round coming out from APEKS. You did talk about one map specifically right there, and that was Cobblestone, which I think, well, that 100% was my favorite map, and still dude. Sad every day that they took it away. Yeah, it hurts.
They've ruined it. They've ruined it.
They ruined it. They took it away.
The changes they've made is terrible.
But the fact they just added it in, they took one map out in between, and then they were like, "Oh, let's get rid of Cobble." No, no one likes Mirage anymore. Get rid of Mirage.
I mean, it's interesting. The conversation about Mirage is really interesting because I think, like, from a tactical standpoint, there's a lot that you can do. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of different ways you can approach the map, a lot of effective ways of approaching the map. I just think it is stale because it's so old. It's maps like Cobble, maps like Dust 2 that they change because the approach becomes too similar. Whereas Mirage is still fairly flexible, but it's been around so long that even the most flexible of ideas you've seen probably, right? There's not very much innovation going on, but there's many different methodologies of approaching it. So I feel like that's why it's still stuck around. Do you know what I mean? Whereas it's like Dust 2, you got what? A split, short hit, mid to B. You know, that's it. That's it, right? And even on the current iteration, that's pretty much it. So
I do hope that they'll one thing that I do hope that they'll do a little bit more is actually change like maps in between. I mean, Vertigo, they've changed multiple times with just the other maps as well, just every once in a while. You don't have to do like the biggest changes immediately and tie a new map, but just, you know, keep updating things, swap it around. Doesn't have to always to stay the same map for the next, you know, 3 years. But we are looking at a most likely third round coming in for Apex. Pretty clear cut. They're going to go towards the B, which is normally the site that T's actually don't like hitting that much. Marcelius is playing the PP buys and he's trying to rake in some extra cash so he can afford that op of his. And he's going to start off nicely. Yep, this is just, oh, left mouse button. Oh, look at that. All small USP bullets flying your way. And easy money for Apex. Will they keep this into the buy round, though? Or are they just going to drop it? And, yeah, no, it seems that they're going to take it into the buy round, play it as a sort of bonus round. See what you can make happen with those guns if you drop one of the double op defense from Budapest 5. That is some heavy weaponry coming through on the first real gun round.
Going straight in. I think they realize they need to make a mark here, and they will with a rush coming in. 1-for-1 trades. It's not super effective, but at the very least keeping things even. Torzi hanging around in alley, in fold as you called it. I think some people call it elbow. Many different names. But similar results as our previous round so far. Looking pretty solid. Torzi though is locking things down here for a second as well. Beautiful flick. He'll come into a 3 versus 2. The bomb goes down. The smoke dissipates and he will fall, but Fleeve no scope through the smoke to deny the bomb plant. That's a little insane. Or to take down the bomb planter, excuse me. Brought down into a 1v1. It's been a crazy turn of events. Akez just does not miss, though. 4 frags for him. Everyone else is panicking and crazy and doesn't know what's going on, but he is dialed in and will get the 4th for Apex.
I mean, that is confidence right there from Akez to just straight up re-peek the player that's coming up ramp. Normally people would be playing the bomb more around that area, but they just they feel that this is their map to take. I mean, they got gifted the T side by Budapest 5, and that is either overconfidence or a very, very poor choice by Budapest 5. You don't want to give Apex any advantages here. Nice catch from Torzi, though. However, we have Dennis chiming in, trying to get himself a couple of kills. Whiffs the spray onto Coolio. And Coolio will drop that AK, but there is Akez as well. Coolio, he wants that AK, and they know that Coolio wants that AK. He's going to go for it, and he's going to peek right into the T's. Marcelius does spot him out. Oh, clean shot. Does eventually lose his life. The rotation towards B is fast, though. We already have Corey on the site. Rotation in from Torzi. Another Deagle Master. And with that smoke so defensively thrown out, it is dangerous to plant that bomb. But Grush just jumps on top of site. Torzi is going to try and peek past the smoke. Drops the bomb. Akez does fall, and now it's all on Gruss to try and secure that bomb plant. However, he doesn't know where the last player is. Of course, he is going to spray through the smoke. He does expect a flanker, and he does catch the flanker in the end. Spray through the smoke, almost connecting onto Torzi, and will clutch it out. Gruss with a massive 3k to win them against the, you know, it was pretty much a pistol round, but still. Still, they managed to have to force that clutch out. Pretty nice stuff from Gruss.
All right, here we go. Double upset for Budapest 5 once again. Needs to work out this time. APEKS are off to a flying start. Looking pretty hot against all kinds of rounds. Clutching things out. Winning things cleanly. A lot is available in their wheelhouse. It's definitely been brought close in these rifle rounds, I feel like, though. And Budapest 5 doing their absolute damnedest to stay hot on the heels, but the rounds just keep stacking up for APEKS. Missed shot for Torzi. They are not wanting to mess with him, though. No repeats coming in. Oh, and Torzi creeping forward, playing contact, is able to see the tip of the tippy tip of Gruss's head. We'll take him down. That's the all-important opener that they needed. Corey in a great spot here as well to maybe get one or two more if he plays his cards right. Let's creep in. Oh, no. Going to catch him again with his knife out. Almost taking down Dennis, but not quite. However, 4v3 with the 1 HP Dennis looks so doable for Budapest 5.
Bodito close angle, might peek out wide. This is dangerous. Molly as well. They're gonna swap guns. So Marcellus picks up that AK instead of the AWP, but he does use it nicely. He's now also done down to 1 bullet range, 6 HP. They have a nade on Coolio, and he can get a double. With that 1 nade. However, Cleve is going to die. Nade gets dropped. It's actually going to whiff. Great catch from Truth. And all of a sudden, it's very doable. They did drop the bomb, though, with that HE grenade. And it is all on to Truth. 1v1. Coolio wins that fight. 3K for him. And finally, Budapest 5 get themselves a round on the board. Still very costly, though, for Budapest 5. They did pick up a double op setup that round and only managed to save 1.
True. That's true. That's kind of a silver lining for APEKS, I guess. Going to make a difference to the impact in this round. I really like this from APEKS as well. Picking up the pace when we've had a round coming in that's really, really close. Maybe there is a lack of utility on some of the players, but Coolio shutting things down pretty quickly. He's left low. Marcellus, there it is. That's what he was waiting for. The crack angle works out for him. Corey, meanwhile, needs to be mollied out here. Oh, he does spot him. Okay, goes for the repeat. He gets traded out. Not sure if that's worth, particularly with Coolio being on 5 HP. An awkward exchange. Budito trying to be the hero. Untraded. Massive. Could get another here, but he's opting to play safe. Secure the advantage for Budapest 5. We'll see whether they're able to recover things back on the APEKS side of things. There he goes. The trade eventually comes in. It's a little later, but they still do manage to keep things even. And now these B players rotating around with their work cut out. The nade going in. Does it reach? No, it doesn't. No damage done at all off the back of that. It's all going to be onto Marcellus. And, well, the AWP doesn't really care whether you're 5 or 100 HP. He's going to have to hit both of these shots pretty cleanly. Able to drop away. That could be kind of big. But we'll see. We'll see. Smoke going down makes his life so difficult. As soon as someone gets on that bomb, he spots out the feet. He needs to get the player on the bomb, though, and he just can't. He just can't. He gets the one on top. That's a beautiful shot, but not good enough. Budapest 5 will get their second, and all players eliminated on the side of APEKS.
Their money ain't looking so fresh on APEKS. They could go for a small little pistol buy. I don't think they've even sent a single player through mid yet, so they still have a bunch of different strats available. Budapest 5, their money is still not looking anywhere close to decent, but they do have a decent amount of weapons. It is going to be APEKS forcing up into this round. 2 AKs, 2 pistols, and a Galil. Going for that quick A push again. Nate is going to do a decent amount of damage. APEKS does get tagged up, but they drop down Corey. Tech 9 Meister trying to go big. Bodito does manage to get back into behind fold and is going to fall to safety. Molly is going to flush him out of that elbow angle. And now Torzi with the op. They do have a decent defense possibility. Well, actually, to be fair, APEKS has a decent amount of utility still left. Whereas the utility from Budapest 5 is all gone. They've got 2 flashes. And there's one of the flashes gone. Last flash left on the CT side. T's have 2 more to their name. And okay, the rotations from B are still not coming yet from Budapest 5, so they can get that bomb plant in rather safely. And they'll just go for the retake. Dennis, does spot out Torzy, and that's the Opper on the ground. Flash comes in. The moment that Coolio pinks, he actually gets flashed. And Dennis is going pretty big. Oh my god, Dennis almost cleans up the entirety of Budapest 5. And Flav is going to try and clutch it out with that op, but does not even get the shot off before he falls. APEKS turn it around. Budapest 5, no money at all.
Dire. Absolutely dire, and that's the difficulty of the CT side. Still, I think they're looking as we thought coming into it, and with an odd pick starting on the CT side for them. They're probably just looking to get a comfortable number of rounds. Not ideal, but you have to look at everything in a positive light, I think. And certainly going to be the case here. Should be another round for APEKS pretty easily. Looking that way. Any damage is good damage with these deagles, but even then, it's not looking too possible. Weird kind of round. Akez is on the Deeg after having a Tech 9 to start with. Looking to save some cash. He definitely could have, you know, sacrificed utility or whatever and gotten a Galil. But opting not to do so. Playing it kind of safe, which I respect. I appreciate. And it's paying off. It's paying off in a big way. They're not losing any players here, which is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant for their economy here, DK Truman. I'm really happy with APEKS in that round. Very clean. 5 in a row. Oh, 5 in the lead, sorry. Once again, folks, it's really late. It's been a long day. Excuses, I know, but like, I have to make them. Anyway, double upset once again. Fun times for Budapest 5. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's see what they can make happen with these guns. Torzy is going to be playing that close mid area. Is either going to peek into him, though. It is going to be a quick and heavy. A push flash coming through, but Karus gets shot down. The flash catches out Corey completely. Budito is playing close angles next to the sandbags. So it's so close to each other. Budito does win that trade fight, but Marcellus is too quick on that trigger finger and shuts him back down. It is a 3-on-3. The utility is, well, it slightly favors APEKS' side, and Torzy, he's gonna try and make a play because they need him to make a play, especially now that Dennis gets rid of Fleeve, and that is one of the oppers gone. Torzy, this is a perfect angle for him to be, but they do expect that there's still a player in that general area. Truth gonna peek. Will he catch out Torzy? Torzy is gonna get found out, and Dennis already got rid of Coolio. That is another one for APEKS. Budapest 5 should have never chosen to go for the CT side.
Well, I mean, we'll see. There's still time, but yeah, it is looking dire, isn't it, right? APEKS getting into that unassailable position of 8. Probably gonna string another few together. Budapest 5 have their work cut out. Loss bonus is stacking up, so the next buy should be a bit more comprehensive. Taking a smart half buy in this round. Again, don't expect too much from this, but some armor dotted in there. Everyone's got a deagle. Actually, no, there's a 5-7. Doesn't matter, though. Truth is just, you know, he wants to go to bed, mate. He's hoping to clean this one up 2-0. He's like, get out of my way. I've got to land the one-taps. We will see the deagle landing onto Gruss, though. Ooh, AK retrieved. And Marcellus not able to shut him down. So this could be a problem later on in the round. Coolio going to get another for the CT side. Does get traded, but it's still a 3v3 with Truth being on 41 HP. I can see them doing this here on the CT side. I won't lie.
It could be possible. I mean, if they actually manage to take this to like a 7-8 scoreline for Budapest 5 and they swap over to the T side, it definitely does put them in a nice position. However, they really need to take a round like this. Just if for, you know, their emotional value that they need, it's they need some magic to happen on a eco round. It is going to be one player in Corey on that B site, though. Has an AK in hand, so he's the one with the best weaponry. Shuts down Truth, but does not win it out against Marcelius. And they're going to be having, yeah, they're going to go for the retake. Not really a reason why you shouldn't. You have enough for the next buy round anyway, and if you manage to drop that up, that would be absolutely excellent for them.
Yeah, I mean, already pretty damn costly. I think they're just waiting to go for exits, honestly. Oh, AK retrieved. Might want to get out with that. Gonna try and push forwards. I mean, the aim punch, absolutely deadly here. And 2 final kills come in pretty easily. But, yeah, nonetheless, it's pretty expensive. Their economy's in a really good place, but, like, it does keep it modest and make sure they have to spend. And the string of rounds that Budapest 5, in their mind, are going to go on becomes kind of easier because breaking the economy will happen faster. Again,
APEKS should pretty much be done, like almost have enough for the rest of that, unless they actually get crushed for the next.
Right. But like with bomb plants and all that kind of stuff, you would expect it should be okay. I think there'll be one break. There might be one break of the economy if they get some super clean rifle rounds here on the Budapest 5 side, and it starts with Torzi. Definitely doable.
That's a nice little peek, kill, and disengage. Oh, that is one hell of an angle. Torzi, he needs to make it happen for his team. I mean, Marcelius is doing it on the opposing side, but Budapest 5, they need one godlike player back in action. Torzi with the op. Oh, does get spooked by those shots through the box. Coolio towards the B site is gonna need a little bit of help. The flash actually isn't in the face. Peek out wide. Torzi falls, and the molly is gonna get tossed, but that mid area is now completely open. Coolio is gonna get spotted and does take out APEKS in time, though. But the B bomb site has been opened up. Bodito is playing close angles. Is trying to jump up. Sorry, Dennis is trying to jump up high, but it's now Marcelius 1 versus 3. Has the bomb in hand. And an op and the dream, but Fleeve through the metal, whatever the thing is, does get a headshot, and that is another round from Budapest 5. Luckily, APEKS do have a little bit of a bank behind them.
Yeah, I mean, fairly comfortable, right? But as you can see, all the way down here, right, and no bomb plant here probably means they have to take an eco or a half. Very rarely have to eco on the T side these days, but all the same, Budapest 5 do have a chance at closing the gap. So, looking good in that sense.
Oh, this is really scary. Flash,
yeah, this could be deadly.
Oof. Oof. That's a straight blender right there. I mean, that Marcelius saw the flash coming in. I assume he screamed to his teammates, "Duck."
Yeah, maybe, right? Maybe. It was very tense for a second there. It also looks like APEKS may well have baited them into that kind of play, like expected that kind of play. And they absolutely destroyed them. Add an underscore in there and you've got yourself a Counter-Strike joke. But all the same... Oh, Budapest 5 are in a really tough spot now, right? Like the half buy coming in. Corey's got a fair amount of cash. He can go for an M4, but not much else to speak of. Pistols once again, and APEKS have not been falling flat to these types of buys. So I think an 11th is going to come in here, and Budapest 5, the best they can hope for is 4. That's the worst case scenario. You never know. They might be able to get it done. Might be able to. We'll see.
Only one A defender, though, and that is Fleeve. Close range with the CZ. That is a perfect angle for that wonderful, horrible gun. I still wish that they made the R8 more viable. You never see anyone play with it, and otherwise they usually just get destroyed with it.
I didn't realize it's been like 5 years since they added it. And it was like ridiculous for a weekend, and then they nerfed the hell out of it, and it's not been used since. Like, know what I mean?
5 years already?
Yeah, I know. I didn't think it was. I'm pretty sure 5 years. It was like the anniversary the other day. Either way, double coming in at the end here. Triple to finish things off. Akez finding himself a good number of frags there. Beautiful round from him, and the 11th comes in nice and easy. Only losing 2. The kind of comfortable victories continuing here. But yeah, 5 years. I think.
I feel old.
Maybe I know. Tell me about it, right? Let me, one sec. Let me fact check that. Let me, this is a responsible thing to do.
There's a double op setup again for Budapest 5 with the defense. It's going to be, you know, throwing out all the utility in the world towards that A site, getting close on Corey. Is just going to get sprayed through the smoke completely unaware. And Bonito, he's going to go the exact same angle again. Is going to play close corner angles, but APEKS, he's just keeping an eye on that angle. Marcelli's just spraying through the smoke, and APEKS is going to walk further, but they get themselves a double kill, and that is opening up everything. That's even takes that one down on the B site, and it is all on to Flea right now with the op. Does get himself a double 2-on-2, but APEKS wins that duel, and now the bomb is going to get planted with... who's that? Truth has all the intel he needs. Yeah, they know that the last player is Coolio coming from down below, heading towards Fold, where we have APEKS standing guard. Losing the fight. Coolio with the 180 takes down APEKS, and now it's all on Coolio versus Truth. He does have 53 HP. The bomb is planted actually perfectly for him to defuse. Truth? Oh no.
Oh. Oh. Do you just facepalm, my guy?
I literally just facepalmed right there.
That's a weird way to end the half. I'm sure APEKS will be laughing though. They're on 11. It's all good. You know, you take it in jest. Don't let it get to you too much. They are set up in a really good way here going into CT side. Blue bet odds are heavily in their favor. Shout out to our betting partner. They're not really a partner of Budapest 5 at the moment though. Not giving them too much of a chance in their opinion. I did fact check myself. It was December 2015, so it's not quite been 5 years yet. I'm not sure why someone was tweeting about it being 5 years on my Twitter, but all the same. Bloodbath at middle. Look at this. Gruss, Torzi going tit for tat. Or Truth in a great position. His teammate didn't realize he was even there. He's so sneaky. 8 HP for 6 HP rather for Bonito. And Truth landing all the shots, looking so good. Akez steals that one away, but it just goes from bad to terrible for Budapest 5. They'd kept it even. They were going for the B split, but APEKS had rotated in really, really quickly. And now it is just Fleeve. Random flashes being cobbed. He can't find anything, though.
I was also thinking
that flash is still going. It's still going all the way down. All the way down. And it just hit the floor and went off. Of course, that's not how they work, but you know, it's just funny to
just flash
think
someone
about.
else on a different building.
There's some poor office worker on like floor 15 who's just doing her emails, right? Like, you know, and sending an email, getting some advertising out there, paying the bills, and now she's blind and she can't see, and she's asking her mate Dave. She's like, Dave. I can't, I've just knocked on the balls over, bro. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
You can almost like see the hands grabbing that railing going, no!
I thought he'd made it as well, and I'm pretty sure he strafed to stop himself. I don't think it's like he'd failed it. I think he strafed back out while he was... Oh god, oh god, it's late. Okay, I've used that excuse and I've fumbled some words, so I mean if they're gonna fumble a run boost into the eco round, they can use the excuse that it's late. Gruss coming in, gets himself a quick double on the bonus buy for APEKS here. Oh god, Budapest 5, how do you recover back from that? And then an early double. Marcellius looking to retain control of middle, but he has to back away. A solid advantage for Apex early on, and Budapest 5, their mental surely is intact. The thing is, again, it's like, so we had the questionable defuse, right, from Budapest 5 at the end of the first half, and it's like Apex got 11 rounds, they can laugh about it. But when you've got 4 rounds and you're trying to go for something a bit sneaky that's going to give you a chance, might get a rifle, might be able to get a bomb plant, guys, let's do it. You know, we've been working on it, we've been practicing, and then you fall off. It's not funny. It's not funny. You're going to be angry. You're going to be annoyed. Yourself, particularly. You can't blame anyone else but yourself. AK's standing strong, finds a double at the end. 3 on the round for him, and the 14th for Apex. I think it might be said and done. They're going to go for a force buy as well, so comeback train.
I mean, might as well. This is the perfect moment to make that jump. So you just keep on. I believe. I mean, if he makes that jump, he gets on that left side, shoots someone through the grate, and then easy peasy. Then throws a flash into the distance because that woman really needs to stay blind, and then you complete that site take.
Yeah, she, I don't know, man. She's so scared. This is what I was saying. She's asked her mate Dave to, like, help her out, and he's blind as well. Do you know what I mean? That's, like, how wild and bad of a flashbang it was. We shouldn't rail into them too. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I'm taking the mess out of them, and then one of them just falls off the map. Like, you couldn't write it. You could not write it. What about that for a game, eh? Oh, my goodness. What an end to the evening. The game itself, perhaps not entertaining in the way that you would expect, but it has been a good bit of fun. Benito, that's unlucky. Marcelius was completely sleeping. You could have maybe found him if he'd have checked all the angles, but he was hoping that no one would be in CT. Why would they? Coolio, the only one to chime in for a frag. Fleeve on 4 HP, and he's all by himself. 1v4. I think they have mentally checked out, may well have bowed out. Not their day. As Gruss will find the final frag. Does get dinked, mind you, so credit to Fleeve for the quick dink, but it will not take him down. 11 map and series points to play with here for Apex, looking to get the quick kill on Budapest 5 and secure their place in the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't really say that Budapest 5 has had an amazing performance on this map, at least not this time. They did have one earlier against Lyngby Vikings where they got pretty close to coming back, but it is really their Achilles heel that they probably should just ban out because it's not working out for them. Maybe practice it a little bit more in scrims. Coolio is going to get shut down by Dennis, who now picked up the op and is actually picking up the op instead of Marcelius. Everyone is running past the sandbags. Truth gets a double kill. Luckily, they still do have Fleeve and Bodito left alive, but it is... I mean, this is really hard to... He actually tags Fleeve as well. Nade, how many lives does Fleeve have?
Quite a few, mate. Quite a few, but not enough. Not enough to take it over the line. It's all going to be on to Bodito. Finds the first. 2 more to get. He knows that Marcelius is floating around. Where's he gone? Clearing the ramp, taking a lot of time here, and that allows APEKS to get into a position where you can probably cleanly trade his teammate if it's required. Marcelius left on 12 HP, so the trade looking likely that it's going to be required, but he can't clear out this angle, Bodito. Yeah, and it's a little awkward. The smoke comes in, and they'll set up perfectly to watch this bomb. What can he do? He could go all the way around, but the longer you wait, the more likely that play is. So he's going to play the mind games, and he's just going to wait. Nice and patient, let the smoke dissipate. Maybe they start to check behind them. Maybe they start to second-guess things. And that's kind of what he's banking on. Oh, no, should have found that frag for sure. The flash perfect from Marcelius, and he works off of it himself. 16-4 as Apex really solidifying themselves there on Vertigo. Kind of, maybe not as one-sided as I expected it to be, but definitely... you know, the way that they've been playing and the stats, and it's their home map, and it's kind of the dead opposite for Budapest 5. 2-0 for them.